Hello YouTube, welcome back to the layout. I apologize if you can hear my dog whining in the background. She is sad that she can't come down into the basement right now, so if you hear her whining, it's just because she wants in through the glass door. So this is a pretty big layout update, well, relatively big. I finally finished the track work for my container yard. Where I left off was here previously, so the switches and then those were put in, those lines. So I got the Pico left-hand turn as well as a Pico three-way turn. And before I did that, I put down those cork sheets I keep talking about. As I mentioned, they're about the same thickness as cork road bed, so that was good. Plans for this area is to cover this in some kind of like smooth it or like drywall compound to kind of make like a concrete pad area. So it's level with the rails. I'm not going to do that because I know I am going to be moving in probably 4 or 5 months, and what I'm thinking is if I do that and then move it, I think it'll warp when I move, and then it'll just crack and it'll come up and I'll have to redo it and I'll get pissed off, and I don't want to do that. So that's this area. So I guess we'll just start over here. This will be the entrance to the yard. That's where I've decided to put my billboard. I can't think of the words today, guys. Sorry. Yeah, and I've put the guard shack there that I made. It's a non-operational light post I put there because I think it looks good with a light. So I'm gonna put an actual LED street light there. I painted up my 3D printed concrete barriers to go there to kind of control some security and vehicle traffic through the yard. That's right beside at this intersection where the fuel station is, and then right where my GXR locomotive is right where the rail crossing and the grade crossing will be, and then the road will just kind of disappear over here. I'm probably going to keep this tower here. I'm probably going to put some lights in it. Just because I don't really know what to put there, and I have this building kicking around from the old layout, so I might put it here. I might try to make it a little nicer. The stairwell is broken off. I may just completely remove it and put a little wall there, so there is no stairs up to there. We'll just pretend the stairs are in the inside of the building. So yeah, so the road will kind of just come this way over the tracks right here at grade crossing, and then into the yard itself. And put the little yard office here. If you remember, that has lights in it as well. Decided to put my CP Rail Police car here because it's going to be a CP Rail yard. Got my CP switcher here. So basically the track design it shows is going to have these two on the right. In the middle is going to be for well cars, either full or empty, and then the MyJack and container crane is going to be somewhere near the end there. And then the far left one is where I'm going to put some my auto racks. I only have 3 of them, and it fits 3. So that's why I designed it to fit 3. So that's what I plan on putting there. This little spot I purposely left for maybe leaving my switcher, so it's always in the yard. I haven't tested putting 3 well cars here to see if there's clearance to come out of here. If there's not, I may just extend that to make 4 tracks, but then I'd lose yard space, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that. As you can see, I've got tons of containers out. I pulled out all my vehicles. This goes for the whole layout. Put some trucks here. Some move back over this way. So the fuel station is where my police station is going to go. Gonna put the Walters KFC right there whenever I get it built. This scene is going to be interesting. It's the building being torn down, so I'm going to have some heavy equipment, some construction going on here. I put out these little pylons. I got those with, not at the same time, but I ordered from the same person that sold me the gas station shell as well as the playground down there. He does these 3D print. So I got a whole bunch. I thought that was a nice, cool scene with the road, with the lane being closed, and then the rest of the pylons in the back of the truck. So that's kind of right by the track side here. And kind of over here is a bit of a mess right now. I moved all the rolling stock I had out on top of the layout, kind of everywhere. Because I wanted to film over there and show you where the tracks and stuff are, so I pushed all the rolling stock over here. The reason there's so much is because I wanted to see how many cars the new loco there would pull, and it pulls all of them. Well, all that I could fit. I think it was 24 cars, and then I didn't have any space for it to go back and forth anymore. So I know it pulls 24 cars on a flat surface. Okay, so I've put all the rolling stock back to this end. Put some of it away, just so it freed up the station side of things. So moving along this, I just got back from Ron, Toyman 2448, I think is the number. I'm terrible with remembering numbers. If I got it wrong, I post the right numbers in the video. So I picked this up from him. I sent it to him to do the LED upgrade, and it turned out really, really well. Forwards, reverse, marker lights, and they did an excellent job on that. So just thanks again, Ron. Just at my station, and some damn vandal tipped over my vending machines. So yeah, it looks like it belongs right here. So I got that picked up. Just kind of going over. I've pulled out, like I said, all the buildings that I kept from the old layout. So pretty much just gas station's going to be here in some sort of configuration, and right beside it, this little paper, it's going to be the Walters Lifelike KFC that I picked up. Beside that's going to be my police station, my police cars beside it. Beside across the street, it's going to be this building under demo, construction scene. Here's going to be a bit of a parking lot for the station. And then I've taken away the temporary station because I've been having second thoughts on the station I was going to choose, because I haven't purchased the kit yet. But kind of after seeing Scott's Union Station over at What a Mess Railroad, I kind of like the way that looks, and I'm thinking I want to put one here. It'll fit. I measured. There's the picture of it, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm thinking about putting that there instead of the Walther City Station. Let me know what you think about that idea. Yeah, I'm thinking the Union Station is going to look nice and grand for this side of the layout. I don't know. I think the platforms deserve a grand station to be in front of. So yeah, so coming in down the road, police station, parking station, and over here I come to an intersection which I wrote park, but I've gone ahead and I've moved the park to the other side of the track, so I'm not quite sure what to put there. some kind of structure. Moving along, I got the Merchant's Row that I've from the old layout, and I put more of those LED strip lights in, and I have them wired up to that power supply. They're hooked up to 12 volts, same with the platforms. 5 volts wouldn't turn them on at all, so I made a mistake in planning that, so I think I'm just going to go out and get a 9 volt power supply for the lights because they're a bit too bright. I also got my tow truck here. You've seen it before, but I've never had it turned on. I picked it up off Kijiji with the LEDs installed. So got that going. A little scene. Woman shouldn't have parked in front of the fire hydrant. It's getting towed. And so, oops. Probably going to work on some kind of interior for this now that it's lit and you can see inside of it. I may change the A&W to a bank. Maybe TD or CIBC, I'm not quite sure yet. And then we've got my hotel here, and then my fire station, and then just a bit of track. Like I said, I pulled out all my vehicles and I kind of placed them in places to make it seem a little more interesting instead of just the pink foam. As for new stuff for this update, I've got this section of a module. Don't know if you've been watching some of the other YouTubers' videos about forming the Ontario Rail Joiners Model Train Club. Lost the words again. And this was my section of the piece of the module that I got from Rapido when we had the tour. I'll put a link to the channel and in the description, as well as to our first video of the tour. I imagine a lot of you are the similar subscribers for the other group members, like Gove or Go Home, Dave H88, Sparky 107. There's Greg, and there's M&M Rails, and Peter CP Rail. Oh geez, I can't remember the number. I'll put it in the videos. Like I said, terrible with numbers. So yeah, it's on the top similar. It's got the double main line that comes over this girder bridge, and then I added the truck and the cows. And underneath, there's a track coming. It comes around, and yeah, came with these trees. This one and the larger one I put there just to, I don't know, just because when I got home. So that's my portion of the module. Another item that I picked up was this, it's like a radio tower with a little, not an office, but just kind of like a utility building. It's a card kit. The mast itself kind of looks more like wood. So I've got that I'm going to place right behind the yard office here, and it should look pretty good. I've watched the video, it looks relatively easy to put together. So I picked up that. It's from the UK, and it was, I think it came to 13 Canadian with shipping from the UK, which is a really good price, because I saw the BLMA metal kit, and I think it was like $50, and I was like, that's a little steep for a radio tower, to me anyways. So I got this one here. It'll stand about 30 centimeters tall, so that'll be a nice scenery area right there. This here is one of the Christmas gifts from the wife. It's a 48-foot well car by Atlas. Unfortunately, I've already broken off, I guess it'd be a handrail on two sides. Lost one of them. I'll have to put the other one on. It's very fragile. I gotta be more careful with my stuff, I guess. Also new, well, it's not new, I've had it for since July, I think, is when I ordered these on eBay. And they finally came. I know in September, I think I did a video of like new stuff. It's going to be like a 3-part series. I'm not going to do that because there was just so much stuff, and as I pull stuff out, I'll just introduce some of the new stuff I got. So yeah, these I got off of eBay. One of the exact same people that Scott at What West Railroad calls his like little personal hobby shop. I think it was My Toy Trains was his eBay account, so I picked that up, as well as this one. So 2 53-foot weld cars and a 48-foot weld car, plus like pretty much nearly almost all these containers. And I think the total was $146 for shipping. So I mean, I think that's a steal of a deal. 4 weld cars for containers, 2 containers each. And that would be the Canadian Tire, the CN ones. So yeah, so not new, but new to you guys. So I'm happy about that, and I can put some of this away and get those unpacked and put over there and for the container yard. Alright guys, I guess that'll pretty much wrap it up for this video. What's this? There's a train coming in. Go Transit. Yes, this is my newest engine and locos. I've been wanting to get a Go Transit set since I started in the hobby. As soon as I knew that they made them, I was like, I want those. Every time I saw them, I didn't have the money, or people were just asking way too much for them. But a nice guy, you might know him, Go Via or Go Home. He mentioned that he was clearing out some of his collection, and he reached out to me, and he sold me this 3-pack Atherton Go Transit coach set, the cab car, and the Atherton F59 PHI, this Tsunami Sound. Yeah, he gave me a really good price on all this, and I picked it up. So I'm really happy with that. So big thank you to Kris at Go Via or Go Home. It is a awesome looking and welcome addition to the layout. Alright, well that will wrap this up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A little lengthy, but there was quite a lot to cover, I suppose. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Comment. I love the comments. Subscribe if you already haven't. I appreciate that. And have yourself a good one. I'll catch you later. Bye.